Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Saturday, and we have a special report for you guys on today. I am your host, Dr. Ron, and I have gotten together because it is actually the one more day before the new year is over with, and our fearless leader, Mr. Lee Michaels, who just joined me a little while ago on my broadcast, decided that we're going to do a special report. Okay, special report. As always, I want to give a shout out to my mentor, Dr. Hunt, and all that he has done for me and my family. I encourage you all to get a mentor and then get a show so you can shout your mentor out. So now one of the reasons for this special report is so that Lee can demonstrate how Street News Now properly works. So let's get him in the room now. Mr. Lee Michaels, are you there, sir?
I am here.
Thank you, sir. Now, we couldn't get this to work on another network, but we're getting it to work now. As you know, you want to explain to us what we're looking at?
Okay, I'm here in Denver, Colorado, and what's in front of me is Mainstay Suites Extended Stay, which is one of the several hotels in the Denver area that's housing people that have been bused here from Mexico, thanks to our mentally deranged governor in Texas. Now, I'm coming out of the driveway of the apartment complex where my son lives, and I'm going into the driveway to that Mainstay Suites over to my left here. And you'll see people out here hanging out. You know, it's about 55 degrees here right now. At night, it goes down quite low. You can see people here. I'm going to make a right turn. To my left, there's a Comfort Suites. And you'll see people sitting out on the curb here. And there are times when people come through and give away food, hot food, and what have you. And I'm making a left turn into this mobile gas station, which has a Mexican food store right here on the corner. It's called the Gateway Convenience, and a liquor store, of course, got to have that. And, you know, it's a sunny day, beautiful out right now. And as I go through this parking lot, and there's another apartment complex that's directly in front of me there now. And I'm going to circle back around, and you'll see the shot of the Comfort. And just zoomed in on it so you can see that. And right in the Comfort Suites parking lot is a Tesla charging station, as you can see. And my camera keeps falling down. But anyway, as you can see, there are people, you know, hanging out. No visible violence or anything going crazy. Just people out here that, you know, hoping to get a free meal or an opportunity to do something. And that's what we have. So these people have been bused here, living in these hotels. And, oh, wow, they're partying. They got some Coors beer. Uh-oh. So it ain't all bad. They must be getting something for something. No, I'm good. This guy just had a little, one of those sticky notepads with a handwritten note on it. I need help. Can you help me? And I'm going, wow, this is crazy. Now I'm going straight ahead here. I'm at the corner of Tower. Is it Boulevard? I can't see it. Tower Road and 60th Street. And let me zoom back here. You might be able to see to my right, there's another, I don't know if those are condos or apartment buildings or what, but the fact of the matter is there are people walking down the street here. Let me zoom back and you'll be able to see the people walking from those hotels. They're walking down the street. And it's a good, I would say, almost a half mile to the end of this street. You can see there's a mom and 3 kids. She's carrying one. This is real street news here, folks. This is straight from the street. There's a guy. Oh, man, come on. Thing is not working for me today. Are you still there, Dr. Ron?
Yes, sir. I am here.
Okay, can you
While
see
he's
my
dealing
video?
with his, yeah, I can see a very good. Yeah, now it's back. I was
Okay.
gonna say I can see a real good view of your hand and the steering wheel, but but this is real time, letting people know how street news now is designed to work.
Exactly.
If you are in America or some foreign country, anywhere in the world, and you see something that needs to be, reported, they call this ENG, electronic news gathering. Back in the old days, they used to send reporters out
Mm-hmm.
with the crew to do just this type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
And
still an art.
it is, and to my left here, as I made this right turn, is the train station that there's people walking down to. I guess a half a mile walk is not that big of a deal when you just walk through the whole country of Mexico to get to the U.S. Mexico border. I guess that's no big deal. Fact of the matter is, though, once they come down here to this train station, this is a parking lot for people who are using the train system. Park and ride. 60th Street in Pina. Pina's another major street out here. And this is a
And
that's to my
somebody
left here.
also, it looked
Let me
like
zoom
somebody was
back a
trying
little
to
bit.
call you because you froze up a little bit. Okay, you're there. Keep going.
Okay, so here's another hotel to my left, and that's a Hyatt. Nice hotel. I don't know if they're housing some of the migrants that came from up through Mexico. This is an apartment complex over here to my left. There's a couple walking down the street here. It is a beautiful day, 55 degrees in Denver, but it gets cold as hell at night, bro. Let me tell you, it feels like Chicago.
Yeah, on
Now,
one of those shots you just showed a minute ago, I could see the mountain in the back with the snow
yeah,
peaks,
yep.
snow on the tops of it. So Denver is a mile high up, and for those that don't know, I'm gonna ask the crazy question, man. How's your breathing after being there for a week? Is it getting any better?
At times, when I go up and down the stairs, I feel it more so than when I'm relaxing. When I'm relaxing, I'm cool. Now I'm back around to Tower Road, and I'm gonna make a right turn down Tower. Now on Tower, there must be 15 different hotels on Tower for about a mile stretch, mile and a
Hmm.
half maybe. Hotels on both sides of the street. Now this apartment complex that I'm passing now is where my son lives,
Hmm.
and there's some people coming up from that train station area. Lady and her 3 kids. But what puzzles me, Dr. Ron, is what's next for these people? What is the plan? Is the city of Denver, the state of Colorado, the United States government, what is the plan to get these people to melt into society in America?
Well, at
You
this
know,
point, they don't have a plan because it's all brand new. These people have been weaponized and sent to sanctuary cities and sent to Democratic leader cities, people that are Democrats, mayors are Democrat, and they've been sent there for this specific purpose of disrupting, what would be considered a normal day or normal flow. When you have so
hmm
many, when you overflood, thousands of people into an area that was not ready, that creates a disaster. And he wanted to do that on purpose, because if he was
that,
actually interested and, helping folks, he would have sent them to Republican cities as well.
yeah, well, they're not going to do that.
No, he
You
did
know,
not do that.
that
He
that
did
just shows
not
you that
do not.
the
He did
the
not do
hate,
that.
the hate and discontent towards human life. That's what
Right.
that is, and
And like
and
I
and it's
said
a
before,
selfishness of the Republican Party, and I say the entire freaking party, because if you're a Republican, you disagree with what the Republican Party is doing right now, then you have a choice to do one or two things: go along with what they're doing, so you're complicit, you're a part of the problem, or you can stand up and say, I'm not proud of what the party that I represent. I'm not proud of what they're doing. I don't want to be a part of this. You can leave it. You can become an independent. You can become a Democrat, or you don't have to vote at all. That's your choice. But as long as you stand by, damn it, man, I shouldn't have moved that camera footing because it's now not sticking properly. Um, but as long as you know, go keep going along with what they're doing, then you're part of the problem.
yeah,
You are part of the problem, and nothing is
absolutely.
going to change. Just like all you jackasses that are supporting Donald Trump right now, you are not good, smart, focused human beings. Your focus is selfish, and you've been brainwashed. And I'm gonna call it like it is. You're stupid. You're ignorant. You're like a bunch of sheep out in the pastures, and you're just out there going along. And when the sheepdog comes around and tells you to move, you move. Otherwise, you just sit out there and eat the grass and go along, and that's the problem.
Yep,
You don't have
absolutely.
a brain. You don't have a
Absolutely.
brain. You're not a clear thinker.
Yeah. But you mentioned something in the earlier broadcast on the, from the desk of Dr. Ron about people coming to America for the American dream. Once upon a
Right.
time, that was a success story that used to happen. People come here, they do what they got to do, they shovel shit, they do all of the things that are required in order to become a success story for themselves and future generations of their family.
hmm
So this is a very, very rough start for many of these people. But I believe
There's another guy
that
on
if
the
we
corner.
come
Wait
back,
side.
yeah, if we come back 10 years from now, some of these people will be, turn around and each one, reach back, grab somebody. Oh, I've been here 10 years. We lost Lee. We lost Lee just then. But I believe they're going to turn into a success story. Let me see. Can we get Lee back? Lee, you back? Yeah, dropped out for a
I'm here.
second. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, hitting some bad areas, I guess.
Yeah. So, 10 years from now, these people will become the success stories to be able to say, hey, welcome to America. We want to help you, you know, um, help others, you
hmm
know, because that's what it's all about. Getting in here, going through the hard part, and then making it easier for the people that come after you. Because a lot of
Yep.
these people, will become families, extended families to one another. They'll stick together. I think about something that I read in the Bible years and years ago. It said a single strand is hard to break, but a threefold cord will not be broken easily. So they will band together and become a force in unity that will change the face and the complexion of their community. When they finally get their right to vote in America, because it's going to happen eventually, I promise you they ain't going to be voting Republican, because they're going to say, nope, they didn't want to help us. They didn't even want us here. So why would we vote them back in? And it's crazy. I'm finna quote some history now. In Florida, in the last election, many of the Cubans and the Hispanics that were not wanted in Florida voted for Ron DeSantis in this last election to keep him governor. So now, in the last couple of months, earlier this year, Mexico issued a statement: do not support Ron DeSantis, because Ron DeSantis is not in favor of Hispanics, period.
Well, you know what? And it's great that Mexico has sent out that message. But here's the problem. The Cubans think they're better than the Mexicans. Okay, so there's among the Spanish-speaking people in Florida and then New York and everywhere else, wherever there's a group of people from Spain. First of all, that's at the top of the Spanish, at the top of the apex. They look down their nose at any other Spanish-speaking country in the world, because they consider themselves pure. They're pure Hispanics or Spaniards.
But how
So
they got to that point was because they were involved in the slave trade. Let's put the auspices within the blame where it goes. Spain was very much involved, and then there are people that they captured and bought in slave ships to wherever country they dropped them off at. They lived with them, co-mingled with them, and they made other Hispanic descendants. Keep going. I just had to throw that out there.
Okay. Well, that's probably the root of the problem.
Right.
But, you got Puerto Ricans, you got Haitians, you got people from Mexico, Brazil, Venezuela.
Portuguese.
Haitian that speaks some, part of, Portuguese is that Spanish, or I think
that's a derivative. Spanish is derivative of Portuguese.
Okay. Well,
yeah, keep going.
That being said, among the Spanish-speaking, so the
you are breaking up. You breaking up. You need to go somewhere and sit down and park. Hello? You breaking up, bro. Go somewhere and sit where you can get a good signal, because you're breaking in and up right now. You're moving around and can't hardly hear you. Your voice is breaking up. Your signal is breaking up.
Okay. That's some damn Republicans trying to interfere. You heard that, didn't you?
I heard that, but you sitting at a light right now. Pull in the parking lot somewhere so we can finish hearing what you got to say.
Okay, I'm in traffic here. I can't
yeah. I know you're not moving at the moment.
Bumper.
Yeah.
No. But here's the thing. So the people, the Cubans in South Florida in particular, because that's where I live, not witnesses, this is not hearsay. It's not my opinion, this is fact. They treat people down there like racist white people treat people. Okay? They came over here from Cuba, generations and generations of Cubans that have come over to America, however way they got here. Doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is they feel that they're more superior to other Spanish speaking people. So that being said, man, what Mexico said to the Spanish speaking people in Florida probably doesn't have a lot of impact, especially among the Cubans,
Yeah.
because
But
Cubans
the
are,
point that I'm making is it was awareness brought to the fact
of course.
that their current governor, DeSantos, because he
Hmm.
don't care about nobody brown,
Mm-mm.
nobody black, nobody African American, nobody colored. You know, when you get to the point where you are, all about, you know, the Europeans and trying to make them feel good,
Hmm.
then and you crap on everybody else, that's not a good thing. We lost your image altogether now. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you fine. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you. But and that's the problem. Okay.
Yep.
Even though, like you say, there's a hierarchy, and they did
Hmm.
report that 90% of the Cuban population in Miami 100% voted for DeSantos. Okay, they did report that during his gubernatorial election, and that helped him win the state. So it wasn't
Right.
enough opposition. That's just going over to Texas, same thing. There were had to
Well,
be,
it's a little bit different. A little different in Texas because
but
most
they
of the
had to
Hispanics
be,
are
yeah,
Mexicans, and
right,
they're
but
waking up. And there's a certain group of Mexicans in Texas
right, that
that believe in
voted,
the good old boy spirit,
right,
and but that is starting to make a change and a shift towards not voting for Republicans so much in Texas. It's still a Republican state
right.
because the good old boys, they're gonna stick together and they're gonna brainwash the weak-minded.
Yeah, the
And I
oil
hate
boys,
saying that.
the
Yeah,
oil
I
boys, the
hate.
oil boys, good old money, good old fashioned boys.
Yep, the
You know, you know,
cowboys and those are
yeah,
ranchers.
yeah.
But a
But
lot of those ranchers and good old boys are dying off now. And a
we
lot of
hope,
those ranchers have become, no, it's a fact. A lot of those ranchers, you'll see here on the corner, there's people standing out here with signs begging. There's a woman with two babies. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. But the good old boys in Texas are dying off. There are marketing companies out there that are selling off parcels of this land that's out there. These big ranches, thousands of acres and whatever. They're breaking it up and they're turning it into communities.
mm-hmm,
So the development, is changing. You can buy land out there pretty reasonable. You go
mm-hmm.
far enough out towards the real desert part, you can get you know, 10 acres for 10 grand, $1,000 an acre, sometimes less than that. But you have no utilities. You got to go off grid to live there. But
Yeah.
that's an option.
But the point that I'm making is that there had to be some brown people that voted for the governor in Texas in order to
Oh,
keep him in
absolutely,
office. He
absolutely.
couldn't do it with just the good old boys. He had to have other ethnic groups to support him. That's the point that I was trying to make about the ethnic groups that supported
Of
Ron
course.
DeSantis, and then the good old, the brown and skinned people that supported Governor Abbott in Texas. Those are
Hmm.
heavy Republican states, heavy racist in their viewpoint, but
Yep.
yet they're still keep getting voted in power because their power base keeps putting them back in. And then
Well,
we have the problems that we have now that they have created nationally, because Abbott's viewpoints have affected what you're seeing, as well as some of the things that are happening in Florida is affecting nationally. Even though that fool DeSantos is running for president, he's running out of money, last I heard. But
yep.
So he may be non-existent in this race in a minute. So I'm
Yeah, I think he's
hoping.
going to have to drop out soon. He might
Yeah.
make it to New Hampshire,
Okay.
but I think the ugly truth is going to come out after New Hampshire if he hangs in there through New Hampshire.
Okay. So looks like you back where you started from.
Yeah, back at the little convenience store.
Okay. So plenty of people out there on the street. Now, what we've been doing, you all, is showing you how Street News Now is working. Our fearless leader, Mr. Lee Michaels, is out reporting on the population of the migrants in the Denver, Colorado area. What we're seeing is, families and people out trying to survive, doing what they can do in order to survive. You know, they got kids out there. The weather is somewhat nice.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
57 now.
yeah,
It's gone up 2
but
degrees
it's
since we started.
still Denver.
Yeah.
The sun is high in Denver. It's always going to generate some heat for the folks. But
Hmm.
these folks are used to coming from 80, 90-degree weather. Okay.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
it. That's all. So he's showing us in real time. This is real time, y'all. This is not something that's pre recorded that he snatched from another network. He's doing it in real time
Hmm.
right here on Street News Now. So the idea is to encourage all of you, the listeners, the people that follow us on the various social media platforms. Let's get in the game. Let's start broadcasting what's going on in your community, in your city. Let's bring it to the world.
Yep.
Let's get it going. It's a brand new year. There's one day left in 2023. So we're trying to get it in your head. And so you, by example, what you could be doing, and Lee just ran that stop sign. I'm testifying.
No, I didn't. I stopped.
That's what they call a rolling stop, according to the video.
That's all right. I
Oh,
stopped, damn it.
look, it
I
costs
stop as long as I want to.
that maneuver right there cost me $100 with a ticket one time.
Yeah. Yeah, a jackass cop. I've had one of those too.
Rolling stop. You said that's a rolling stop.
Hmm.
And it cost me $100 in court because I tried to fight it. I stopped. No, you didn't. You know,
They have video on you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you can't
yeah.
beat that video.
No, you cannot beat the video.
If you're guilty on a rolling stop now, okay, I'm gonna stop for you, okay, Dr. Ron. Is that is that long enough for you?
Absolutely. There's a whole car that passed in front of you.
Yep.
So that's
There's another
perfect.
one. Another one just went by. There's another
There
one
you
to the
go.
right. They don't have
Yeah,
to stop, so I had to stop.
there you go.
Yep.
Yep. Now that's an official stop. Boy, it's a shame after you get so old, a certain age, you got to remind people of the rules of the road.
No, you don't. You're just being a jackass. You feel like messing with me.
uh, as you can see, we have fun over here on Street News Now. That doesn't have to all be serious and murder scenes. We are, and the more you're driving, the more your video's breaking up. It's not even clear anymore.
Oh boy.
Um, yeah. So,
All right,
but
I'm gonna turn
when you
around and go back anyway.
okay.
So I've never been down this end of the road here. I just wanted to see
Uh-huh.
what's back here. It's a housing, communities, and looks like it's a bunch of cars over here. What is that? Let me go to the right here for a minute. See what this is. National Community of the Year. What the hell is that? I don't know if you can see all these cars to my right. It's like a huge parking lot.
Okay.
Is this thousands of cars over here? I'm trying to get some kind of sign as to what it is.
A used car lot, auction lot, probably.
No, it's got signs that says, like different rows, row O, P, Q, N, so on and so on.
Yeah, so that
Some
could be a
kind of,
junkyard.
what is this? Let
You
me
know,
make
one of
this
them
right.
one of them you picket lots where you can go over there and find, parts for your car that's been
Oh, no,
already.
no, no. No, this is, these are, look like regular cars. They're not, it's not a junkyard
Then it's probably an auction.
or um, parking lot where you can park and long-term parking, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is a long term because I see some buses, some yellow buses over there that picking people up, and yeah, it's probably had something to do with the airport.
Okay, are you far from the airport? Hello? Can't hear a word you saying right now. We lost you. Lee, are you still there? I don't know if you can hear me, but we can't hear you anymore. Lee?
And
There, there you
yes,
go. We couldn't hear you for a while there.
oh damn, I was on a roll.
Yeah, I told you go somewhere and sit down because you keep fading in and out, you're blurring and everything.
Yeah,
You're hard headed. You will not listen.
no, I'm trying to capture what's happening out here, and it's just past another person with a baby carriage and
We get
on
it.
the corner.
We get it. Okay. The it's a tragedy before your eyes. That's exactly what it is. You
Yep,
know, but at some point the story ain't gonna get no better. It's just getting worse. Yeah. So this is what I want to do. We've been broadcasting for 32 minutes now. Um, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about what you'd like to see going forward in the new year.
um, unity, peace, love. Get rid of the disrespect, the hate, and discontent, and the political football game that both parties are playing because you're destroying lives, American lives, people who want to come here and be a part of the American dream because you want to play a game that's going to benefit you politically, financially, and ego wise. So I'd like to see an end to all of that. I'd like to see the two major parties in our country to come together and do something for the people. You've been hired by us. We voted you in to do a damn job. And let me just say this to all elected officials. I'm disappointed in your behavior. I'm disappointed in what you're not doing. I'm disappointed in the things that you are doing. And I don't have to go through and itemize everything that you're doing wrong or the few things that you're doing right because you know what you're doing. You're sitting there at the Capitol every day, unless you're on one of those vacations or on one of those junkets and somebody paid for you to go to a foreign country to cut some deals. We see what you're doing. We see it every day. You got to stop it. Just like that little jackass up there in New York, they finally got rid of. He should have never been voted in. The Republican Party knew this guy was a criminal. They had to. If they didn't, then they did not do their due diligence to allow him to run for the House of Representatives. Okay? You didn't do your job. You disappointed the American people. You dropped the ball. And until it just became overt, plain as day, then you said, oh shit, Houston, we have a problem. But did you do the right thing? No. It had become a legal battle. It shouldn't have gone down that way. And it took you too long for your House of Representatives special investigation to happen. You knew this guy was dirty, but McCarthy didn't want to call him on the carpet because he needed that one vote. He needed every vote he could get. And the next House of Representative chairman, head of the House, he's no better. Absolutely no better. So all of that's got to change. It has to change. And if you don't do that, then unfortunately, we, the American people, will have to vote you out. And that's where we have to become smarter. The whole process of voting, the whole election process, we've got to get smarter about that. We got to really truly understand how the process works, as opposed to just watching some videos or some commercials that's been paid for by the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, and that's what you're supposed to 100% believe. Don't do it. Check and recheck both sides of every story. And if you haven't, use some common sense and say, okay, well, none of this is making sense. You know, they're telling me they're doing this, they're doing that, but I don't see any results. So don't disappoint your lying eyes. They're lying. Your eyes are telling you what's going on. Your ears, you're witnessing bad stuff happening every day. And you want to vote these people back in? It's time for Mitch McConnell to go. He looks like a walking corpse. Okay. It's time for that jackass in South Carolina. What's his name? Is not sure what he really wants to be. He's got to go. He's a lying piece of shit. And he should be investigated on the January 6th problem.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Damn. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. So these people need to go. We need to stop sending the same bullshit back to the DC. And it's the same thing on the Democratic side. I mean, at some point in time, you're just not effective. It's time to go. Kick the can down the road and follow the can.
Yeah.
Be
Yes,
missing.
it's definitely time for a change. And you know, definitely look at local government or small government to make sure that you're picking the right people to help resolve some of the issues that people have in the local area.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know,
It's time for
yeah,
that
because
change.
it's
Yep.
it's it's a fail on all levels of government. Well,
Listen.
me going forward into the new year, I just want to see more love, peace prevail, and Thanksgiving prevail throughout the country, around the world. We've got wars going on in two different places around the world, and those wars are costing us money that we don't have. You know,
Hmm.
war is expensive. There are some people that will benefit because they provide the weapons of war, and there
Yep.
are others that are going to starve to death because the cost of war is human life.
Hmm.
You know, there are people that are dying around the world senselessly. And I would just love to see in 2024 that conflict resolution would include love instead of just wipe them all out. That is not something that I would love to see happen, wiping people out. That makes no sense to me. So my prayer for 2024 is that we find a better solution for world problems than just like extinction. Let's wipe them out. They did that when they came to America. They wiped out the indigenous people of this planet and this country and this continent off the face of the planet. And now we have been deprived of their presence, their wisdom, their knowledge, and their culture. So I would hope that somebody will recognize that that's not the way it should be, and let's do something different. So that being said, I want to encourage you guys to go to streetnewsnow.com if you're interested in becoming part of our family here, please go over there, fill out the form. Somebody in our administrative staff will reach out to you and help you become a part of this broadcast family, this broadcast entity that we have here. Mr. Lee Michaels and myself, we would love to have you, help you any kind of way we can. So consider being part of this family. While you're here, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, like and share, so that you can spread the information that you saw today and what's going on the streets of Denver, Colorado. You know, people need to know, and we gave you an example of how this works.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to throw it to you for the last words, Lee, and then we're going to get out of here, man, because I'm ready to go eat some breakfast.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was up late last night, off and on. I got a sick dog, so I was trying to take care of my little jingles. And so I'm tired. I'm too old for this. Well, thank you, Dr. Ron. Happy New Year to you and your family, and to all the listeners and supporters that we have at Street News Now. I thank you. I take it personal and professionally. And I know your time is valuable, and for you to take even 5 minutes to watch and hear what we got to say is important. That's value. So, like Dr. Ron said, share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Help us grow. We want to do more in 24. How do you like that, Ron?
That was good.
Yeah, I'm an old school rapper. But anyway, take care. God bless to all of you. Be safe, be kind, be generous, help when you can. And when you can't, encourage others to do so. Little things. If you do a 1,000 little things, it adds up. Pass the baton to the next person behind you that shows some desire to do what you're doing. Help them succeed. Whatever you're doing, whether you're a nurse, a doctor, a garbage man, a radio personality, pass the baton, because you can't run forever holding on to that baton. Pass your knowledge on. Thank you, and God bless.
Love y'all. Peace.